Hey guys, oh, don't mind me. I'm trying to sit on pillows so I'm up taller. Or else I feel really short, and this table's really tall. Don't mind me. I've been dealing with my little birds, and when they drop the feathers, I'd be picking them up, and I have nowhere else to put them. Plus, I'm sweaty. I have a lot of other things to do. I just got done painting this painting. And I'm down here in the south, and it's very hot, and the AC is out. So it's like 91 in here already, and it's just after 11 o'clock in the morning, and let me tell you, it's hot. I had to come on here. I haven't been on here in a while. I've been mainly sticking to Facebook and just like my friends and people who come across me and have found me, as well as people that found me through like my Facebook page that I have for when I do my business, but I haven't been on there in a while. I got really tapped out 2 years ago. It was about 2 years ago. I'm also psychic medium, and I'm supposed to be working on those because I have blocked things out. I'm an empath, but I can't, you can't block off feeling things. But some, like, I had some issues with my gifts or my abilities, whatever you want to call them. I was raised in church, so being raised in church, they're considered gifts from God. There's a lot of people in this community that when you say that, they're like, oh no, that makes you sound like you're special when anyone can tap into this. If, you know what I'm saying, anyone can tap into it, yes. But, if God, Spirit, Universe, Mother Earth, Father Sky, Buddha, Allah, whoever you believe in, if these abilities were gifted to you, then it's a gift. If you are born with them or you suffer trauma, and because of the trauma you are opened up to this, having like a near-death experience or whatever, then this is God source energy, Christ consciousness, whatever it is that you believe in for yourself. This is them gifting you, through that experience. So it's a gift for me. But it doesn't matter. Gift, ability, we all have this innate gift within us that we can tap into. A lot of people just don't. So it's this ability that we all have, this opportunity to tap into. It just doesn't mean that we all do. So I was doing a lot of channeling spirit, and it was really tapping me out, as well as within my own healing journey and the obstacles that I have been dealing with in life. Like the trying to break free from things. Like, 5 years ago I tried to quit smoking. I went 5 days. And then it just got to the point where I could not, due to all the things outside of me, I just gave in. I couldn't deal with it anymore. Through this journey, I'm constantly trying to quit smoking, or sometimes I just give up. I know last year, a little bit last year, and then 2 years ago and 3 years ago, I was constantly trying to quit smoking. I would go 2, 3, 4 days, quit smoking, and then I'd get a pack of cigarettes. Then I'd go 2, 3, 4 days. I would constantly do this. It was exhausting. There was a lot of things going on in my life, which I'm still like breaking free from. God, whatever you believe in. For me, I do believe in God. We're not gonna go into that. Some people consider me a Christian witch or whatever. I have a Bible. I read the Bible. I pray. I believe everything is witchcraft. We all have the power of life and death, as in the Bible. We all have the power of life and death with our tongue. Like, our tongue holds that power. So everything to me is witchcraft. Like, when you become opened up, you know that there is truth and God source energy and in light in all things, and there is information that we can gain, as well as truth there, that nothing is the correct way to go about doing something. What matters is what's in your heart. Are you coming from a pure heart? Are you connected to God source energy, your higher self? Are you tapped the fuck in? Or are you running out of all these programs and these wounds where you are in a lot of devil energy, in programming, in the worldly ways? So don't call me a witch. I have a problem with being called a witch. I do. God has been trying to work on me with that, universe, spirit, whatever. I have been called a witch, plus because of past lives, dealing with, ostracism, abuse, people abusing power because they are fearful. And in this life, it has been something that I've also struggled with. So certain people I don't mind, but other people, like in that judgment way, I do mind someone calling me a witch. If I'm a witch, then we're all a witch, the way I see it. But in that stereotypical, superficial, programmed way where they want to see a witch as less than or someone who is evil, which is not the case at all. That's the little spew here. I haven't been on here in a while. I have been fighting demons, not just my own, but outside of me. That devil energy trying to keep me from breaking free, trying to keep me from being authentic. And instead of sending out my resources and utilizing my energy to spread it out all over, I decided what was most important, as well as like praying, talking to God, talking to Spirit, asking for counsel and guidance on what was the best course of action. It was just to stand in my authenticity and to just stay on one platform, to fight it at the moment, because things needed to come to a head, like that pressure cooker. Things needed to play out, and it wasn't the time. There's these windows in the last, let me say, I got divorced 7 years ago now, and sometime after 2012, I was called to buy my first deck. I'm not exactly sure when it was, but it was maybe 2013, 2014 when I bought my first deck. I actually have it here. I played with it. The Spirit called me to try to use it to give readings and to make money. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? Plus I had this thing where, I was a people pleaser, I was a giver. And so it was like, make money off of helping people heal. Like, what the hell? But I did listen to the sense of, I did try to learn them. And so the place that I went, this is what they had. And then I bought this. I bought an oracle. Trying to think, I have it here. The oracle is the angels and ancestors, or no, it's not angels. I do have that deck. It is, what is it? Healing with the Angels from Doreen Virtue. I actually have this. So these were the first two things that I bought when I was called to do that around 2013. And then I had a different Facebook account. I was on these psychic groups. So I just started delving into that more and giving a lot of free readings. And I was like trying to learn this, but I was frustrated. I was going through a divorce. I was going through a lot of crap at the time. As well as like the stigmatism of a witch and trying to break free and be authentic to myself. I just ended up giving readings and not using the cards. It took years later for me to understand why. Let me see. 2018, I started my twin flame journey. But God was preparing me way before that. 2019-20 is when I'm a Gemini, but I'm also in my own world. I don't really pay attention to the world a lot, except for what I'm feeling, what I'm getting. I don't, the social stuff, that's not really something that was my thing. So, I would walk all the time, and I would listen to YouTube for music, and tarot card readings would always come up. The fuck, Spirit. And they were getting mad at me because they wanted me to watch them. That's when I realized. That's when I was, because before that, then I was pushing for my business. I was giving more free readings. I was giving free readings. I had to work on that exchange. A few years back, I did open up my business, and I still have those clientele, thank God. And I just had to maintain that at the time with everything I was going through. I'm still breaking free, but there's blessings in disguise where things have come to a head. And then I'm going to be, there's doors opening where I'm venturing into a lot more crazy shit right now that is scary, that is like, God, why? You know what I'm saying? This doesn't make any sense, but you have to hold on to the truth of, God's gotten you through worse, as well as this is a blessing in disguise because of what you're dealing with now, while you're sitting here trying to break free, and you've been breaking free and gaining and growing, that God will utilize your enemy as your footstool, or anything that is meant for your harm, for your gain. It's like you have to hold on to those truths while you are still facing storms and the unknown and things that are not to your liking, that don't make any fucking sense. There's a reason. So, I have to hold on to that in regards to what's going on right now. But it's enough that I can now be authentic and be authentically me, and do what God was calling me to do all along, or a spirit, and be authentic in fights for what it is I'm supposed to be doing, my pathway as well as my career, and sharing my gifts and my talents, so that I can help heal the world and share my experience, to be a support system, encourage people, as well as let people know that they're not fucking alone. That's the biggest thing when you're struggling with things, are feeling alone, that no one understands you, or not knowing that you're going to be able to get through. We have self-doubt a lot of times. We can suffer with this, even if we're not there all the time in victimization or victim mentality, where we're the boohoo me. We don't have to sit in boohoo me victimization. You can still suffer from victimization at certain times and periods of your life because you've been victimized, or you fell down and you need to get the fuck back up. Anyways, so that's the little rundown here of where I've been, kind of what I've been dealing with, as well as still kind of dealing with. But I've kept my head above water. It's been long enough. Things came to a head. People are still trying to bring things to a head, but they can't do any fucking thing else. They can try. They're not going to win. They're not going to make it. They're not going to fucking succeed. No matter what it is, God will get me through. I'll get me through. I've been through worse. So, it's time for me to keep going. So during these obstacles, a lot of doorways were closed because then it wasn't the right time. But was it the right time all along or not? Sometimes God has things set up for you, and this is the timing, but people have free will to come against you. So things have to play out, this karma. Because if people can't get on board and allow you to live your life and be authentic and do what it is you need to do and have that growth that you have had, if they are against this and they choose free will to come against you, and this was not part of the plan, there was already enough shit there where they were supposed to have been on board with you, or at least leave you the fuck alone by then it's going to delay things. But is it a delay? I mean, it can be seen as a delay, yes, but at the end of the day, is it? You don't think God, universe, spirit, that you don't think that they don't know that someone may rebel, that someone may not choose to get on board, especially understanding that person's soul. So I don't believe, I believe God has, He knows everything, right? And I know that in this journey it's been testing me as well as testing these people coming against me. And this is testing you to see, hey, have you gained and can you maintain this while you are going through the storm, and the storm does not want to, stop coming against you, or you're going through that, the valley of death or whatever that is. I can't think sometimes. I've been through a lot of trauma, so sometimes I forget things, as well as I receive a lot of energy that gets me distracted, and I'm like ADHD, so just bear with me. If you don't resonate with me, that's fine. You can go find someone else. I would suggest, it's a warning, but it's not a threat. I would suggest, if you don't like me, don't resonate, that you are respectful and just go find someone else. We don't want to have no power struggle dynamics here. We're grown folks. And, if you don't have that maturity, play that you do. Don't go there. Don't try to pull out people's demons, because you're not going to succeed. I will block you. You know, I'm not going to tolerate no shit. And I'm a Queen of Swords. At the end of the day, I might chop your motherfucking head off and deal with the consequences from God later. I've incorporated my shadow. And sometimes you can't be all loving and light. Sometimes you have to let a motherfucker know, get the fuck out of here. And then deal with the consequences later. That's life. This is a part of life. So please, if you don't agree, you don't like me, you don't like my energy, you don't like what the fuck I'm saying, go find the people that you do. You don't need to let it be known. Because I don't give a fuck. Just like you shouldn't give a fuck that you don't resonate with me or anything that's going on with me or my life or whatever the fuck it may be. That's petty, it's low vibrational, it's childish as fuck. So, you know, if you want to have those power struggle dynamics, you will not win. I will block your fucking ass. So we can get that straight. I will not tolerate it. And I could try to sugarcoat it, but I'm not going to. You know, that people pleaser in me used to sugarcoat every fucking thing. I'm going to let it be known. And if you see this as a power trip or this is, you know, trying to one up or whatever, and now you have to come after me, no, this is not what I'm doing. And if you see that, that's your wounded place because you're triggered, you know. But what I am doing is stating my fucking boundaries. And I will abide by my boundaries. Now, we all want to be respected. We all want to be accepted. And this acceptance doesn't mean that you tolerate less than or that you like a motherfucker. But accepted as in, okay, this is who they are. This is not what they're going to, you know, tolerate. This is what they believe. We can agree to fucking disagree. This is that acceptance. When you gain maturity, we understand what acceptance is. Now, I can accept that we are not the same. Can you? And if you can't, that's fine. You will go somewhere else. I will make sure. So we have to put those boundaries out right now. Anyways, I need to go ahead or I'm just going to keep rambling on Gemini. So when my mouth goes, it sometimes does not stop. So yes, I do smoke cigarettes. I am struggling to try to quit. I've been called to this journey for a long time. I have dabbled. I have also listened to the best of my ability in regards to everything going on, or my lack of understanding. Hold on, I have to keep an eye on my little birds, my little chickens, because I have some babies. They're actually children right now, and they be skipping. And then I have a brooding hen out there with her only baby, and there's a lot of rattlesnakes around here. Plus stray cats. So I may have to take off to go check on something and maybe let that wild monster rooster out. I have some baby roosters or children. They're my little love bugs, but they're starting to be where, don't touch me, woman. Anyways, this is a new moon reading. We just had a new moon last night. To my knowledge, I was outside. I haven't checked to see if actually it is the new moon. If it wasn't last night, then it's going to be tonight. But from my knowledge, it was last night because the moon before that was like the little sliver that you could see. And last night it was pitch dark. So anyways, if it wasn't last night, it's happening tonight. Regardless, it's the new moon reading. This is general. It is collective. If it does not resonate with you, don't try to make it fit. Go find somebody else or come back another day. If something resonates with you, you know, you take away what you get from that. Don't fight and try to, like, you might feel something, but if you can't place it in your head, don't try to fight to figure out how to correlate this in your mind of like logically. You know, sometimes we feel something, but logically we can't put it together. If you can't logically know, oh, this, and this, and know all these details, that's okay. You're not there, you're not ready yet to be able to logically place it. There's still more healing or whatever that needs to take place for you to logically be able to formulate this into words and like put it into, you know, the puzzle pieces. Put the puzzle pieces together. This energy is fluid, so you know this can be pertaining to you or someone else in your energetic field. It can also be vice versa. So you have to apply this where it fits in your life or someone else's or the situation, because you know the situation. This is general. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get started. This is collective. Once again, this is a new moon energy reading. Spirit, what do you want us to know? What's going on with these energies that you would like to inform us of? What information do you want us to know about this new moon and the energies of this new moon? Earlier, they're reminding me of what I channeled earlier. Where is the card at? They're over here. In regards to Vesta. And this energy of home and the changes, as well as like the sacrifice of making changes so that you can let me say it's right here. So this Vesta in this card is home, and this is your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. Now this energy is important here for something that I was channeling from yesterday, and when I went on Facebook they made me discuss it. They made me go and find some of the cards from yesterday. So whatever this new moon energy is that I'm picking up on, this home and energy and this change, needing to make a change, and the home is not just in regards to the occupancy or like your physical home or dwelling. This home is also within here, is what they were letting me know earlier. Like being connected to yourself, releasing up things and changing or needing to make changes in regards to having this home and embodying this authenticity within yourself as well as your environment, because it's as above, so below. What is going on internally is going on externally. If you're dealing with a lot of shit in your life, we have to look inside ourselves to see what is going on inside of us, where, you know, we need to heal these things, or we need to, hold on here. It's too dark. Now I have to try to sit up on these pillows again because I'm too tall. I mean, I'm not tall enough. It's too short. This table is very tall. I'm also short. I'm like 5'4", so, but this is a very high table. So there's something in regards to this energy with Vesta, with home, as well as change. The change within yourself or the outside of you in your environment. Your pathway, your journey, making the sacrifices that are needed. Can you dedicate and can you sacrifice? This sacrifice influences your healing and the changing within to change outside of yourself. This has to do with this new moon energy and whatever is going on in that play, and whatever planetary aspects are going on also in this new moon energy, because we have a lot of planets that are retrograde. Venus is in retrograde. I think Pluto's in retrograde. I think there are 5 planets in retrograde, and we're about to have a 6th, which would be Mercury. But don't hold me to that. But there are at least 4 or 5 planets retrograde, with another one going. So there's a lot of planets in retrograde right now, as well as all the different planets and how they change and align and what they affect and how they affect us. This is affecting this new moon energy and this Vesta energy. And they keep pulling me. It might also be affecting Chiron. And I say this because they're pulling me to Gemini and Taurus, as well as Leo. I'm a Gemini. I have a Leo moon, so whatever's going on right now is really affecting me. But then they're pulling me to Taurus. Taurus in my chart is Chiron, which is my wounding, and they're telling me that there's something with these signs that are going on that is also affecting this new moon energy, as well as like the energies for what time frame. Because it's not just the new moon. It's like this time frame of energy. But I'm trying to figure out how long the time frame is. Maybe about a week. It depends. It depends on, they're talking about preparation, like where you are in your journey of dealing with things. But energetically, at least a couple days to a week, these energies are going to be affecting us, is what they're telling me, is what I'm getting. But it can play out longer for you. Alright, let's see here. I can channel without the cards. I just get kind of crazy, weird information. The cards help narrow things down, and you know, things that people are going to more resonate with, so that I can channel. I don't have to work so hard to try to, you know, explain it to somebody, or make sense of it to somebody, because my perception is totally different than other people's perception. We have the Eight of Swords. This is being all tied up. Like, you know the answers. You know how to set yourself free. But it's like that choice, that free will choice. Because sometimes you don't think you know how to set yourself free, but it's on you. You have the power. And it's not, it's like, I don't know if this is, there's a self-doubt or this lack of confidence, this negativity or whatever it is mentally that is making you think you don't have the power, you don't know which way to go, you don't know what to do. But really you do. The choice is up to you. You have the power to cut yourself free. This came out in reverse. I don't like taking reversals. We go back and forth. Okay. So I'm putting it up right. But I do have to explain what I get in the energy of it, what I received, as well as it being in reverse. It's breaking yourself free from the matrix. It's breaking yourself free from any woundings and gaining whatever it is you need to gain. The matrix, as in the government or the system, any programmings. And like the free will or the doubt or the struggle of how to is what has been creating this Eight of Swords energy of like being all tied up and needing to set yourself free. The struggle of how to overcome, or also certain people's free will. Some people just free will, well, they're choosing not to change, they're choosing not to grow, they're choosing not to face it and learn what it is that they need to learn. They're pulling me to the breaking free of contracts. The Hierophant can also represent contracts, spiritual contracts, or institutional. So it would be like marriage, friendship. It's still a contract. It's still a verbal, emotional, spiritual, energetic contract that we have with people, depending on where you lie on the spectrum. It's like trying to figure out and learning what it is you need to learn, or dealing with rebellious or doubt. And I say rebellious, like rebellious energy of choosing the free will. Sometimes people want their cake and eat it too. I don't know why I'm getting that cake, like getting your cake and eat it too energy. Because are you going to choose to sacrifice? They're pulling me back to the sacrifice in these energies. What are you willing to sacrifice? You cannot have your cake and eat it too. What are you willing to sacrifice to gain, to grow, and to have what it is that you want to create, your dreams or the life, whatever, or be energetically where it is that you would like to be within yourself. So where we are energetically is going to influence our experiences and what we experience, how we feel about it. The satiation or gratitude, appreciation, like it's kind of like what I'm getting is like the overcoming of loss, lack, victimization, being stuck in believing that like this is all I know, or this is all I can do, or this is all I deserve. Like that, there's a rising or a breaking free of something in that programming, victimization, lost, lack mentality, polarity, that duality, like coming into unity consciousness. I know on my other platform, on Facebook, on my my page, it's not my business page, I have been getting a lot with unity consciousness. This painting that I did here, it represents not just what I'm going through, but me being psychic. I channel things in a weird way and I display them in a weird way. It's kind of like that death rebirth energy, but it is also more than that. I was channeling things about healing. I was channeling things like quantum physics, and then they were like letting me know kind of like the crystalline body, and something with the crystalline body, and then they were showing me like little molecules or whatever, and how like all these little molecules, all these little things come together to make up something bigger. And like these energies that we hold on to, they taint us, they taint our body and our being. They create sickness, illness, disease, and it's not just mental, but it's physical, because it's energetic. And there's something there with this painting. I have all these little dots and bubbles, and she's actually in like a death, rebirth, phoenix rising, but it's also like a sleeping beauty. There's a lot of things going on with this. There's a lot of energies I was tapping into for other people, as well as like what I'm going through in my transition. When you awaken, you don't awaken once. You constantly awaken. You constantly have the butterfly energy of like that cocoon, you know, from the caterpillar to the butterfly, and going through that cocoon phase, or death. Sometimes it's both, you know. We go through lots of transition. We're not supposed to stop growing. Some people think, oh, well, it's one-time healing, it's a death, or it's this rebirth, or, you know, it's this butterfly, you know, going from the caterpillar to the butterfly in this change, in this transition. And then I'm done. It's okay. It's going to be easy breezy. No, it's not. We never stop growing. We're not, I mean, some people do, but we're not supposed to. We're not meant to. The other thing with me, I know everything I speak about is for a reason. Just sometimes it's figuring out what the fuck the reason is for, or understanding how to speak about it, correlate it into words. It's like the stuff weighing you down and planting you when you need to grow, making like the stubborn energy. That's that rebellious energy. They're pulling you to the tree, and how a tree can be sturdy and strong but keep growing, or it can be like stunted and stuck and planted there like stubborn. Trying to overcome any of that within yourself to help unstuck you, to help so that you can cut yourself free. Oh, Johnny Crickets. Hold on here. We have some cards that came out. Alright, we have Justice. It's this is in regards to those relationships or contracts. The ones that were holding you back. The ones that were making you stuck, making you all up in your motherfucking head, the distractions. The ones that were trying to make you sacrifice, but you'd be sacrificial, because they didn't want to see you grow. This is what I'm getting with this energy. They're going back to the Hierophant and contracts and relationships and overcoming them and having that learning. The balancing of the scales. You're cutting yourself free. You're being able to rise above and come. And I know rise above, they consider that death energy. But it's, you can still rise above a situation. You can still overcome distractions, your own fear, your own doubt, or other motherfuckers getting in your way. Or contracts that are not serving of you, programming. Shit. So it's like the justice, the balancing of the scales in this is you cutting yourself free and rising above all of the things that are hindering you. All of the things that are holding you back and sabotage, either you sabotaging yourself or people distracting and sabotaging you because they don't want to let go. So there's a balancing of the scales with this justice here when you cut yourself free. Then we have the King of Wands. This is your masculine energy. Taking action. There's a balancing of... There's two different things I'm getting here. Hold on. There's two different things. We have the King of Wands and we have the Queen of Wands. For a group of people, this is them. Or someone else that you know, where their masculine is a King of Wands, their feminine is a Queen of Swords. It's like the imbalance within yourself, learning how to incorporate that, transmute it, to overcome, like to rise above. There's that balancing of this, of learning how to take action, of how to deal with your Queen of Swords. She'll chop a motherfucker's head off. She's not going to play. She's been through hell and back, can't tolerate and will not tolerate no more shit and no more fuckery. So it's like your masculine learning how to deal with your feminine and incorporate these energies inside of yourself and balance them out. It's like him taking action past her. Like getting her to move forward. Like, drop it, leave it the fuck alone is what they're showing me. Let's make another decision. We have the Lovers here, and like making the decision for yourself. What energy are you going to go into? Are you going to... that King of Wands is a go-getter. It's big dick energy. It's someone who's going to keep pushing forward. They are going to... they do a lot. They're all over the place. But they're all about action. Can you take action and the right action that you need? You don't need to chop a motherfucker off. And if you do, you don't need to say it neither. Just take the fucking action you need to take. That's where he's rising above her. Okay, we know. We get it here in that Queen of Swords energy. This motherfucker's not serving for us. This person is not good for us. You know, there's fuckery here. You don't trust them, whatever it may be. So it's like in that knowledge of your feminine, taking the action needed as the masculine, and there's this internal, like with this balancing out, it's the integration. The integrating of these energies together so that you can take action to what it is you need to do. The first internal action is within inside of you. Is stepping forward as this King of Wands with the knowledge of this Queen of fucking Swords. But not going to the Queen of Swords energy. But utilizing that energy and that knowledge from her to take action as a King of fucking Wands and do what the fuck you need to do and keep on pushing. That's the first internal decision. The second then is making the choice. The Lovers is making a decision. What decision is best for you to go about overcoming this or to do what the fuck it is you need to do for you. There's another one that I'm getting, that being stuck and this relationship has to do, it can be female, male, male. It can be platonic, friendship, family, or it can be lovers, as in romantic. I'm not going to go through, there's all these different energies. So I'm not being specific in which, because I don't want to get more detail in this and leave out other people. But so then in regards to this, there's an issue where there is this Eight of Swords energy where someone was tied up, not knowing what decision to make in regards to a contract, it holding people up. There was this holding on, this stuck, stagnant energy of holding on. The person who's like stubborn, holding fucking, like they're putting their feet, they're showing me someone putting their feet and like rebelling and like pushing against what it is they need to do. They don't want to go forward. And then how it weighed somebody else down and how it fucked up a contract. And there will be balance in regards to this, and this is taking place in regards to the energy of a King of Wands and a Queen of Swords. What else? The balancing of the scales, they're not letting me know. You deciding what it is you want to do for yourself. You cutting yourself fucking free. If someone is not going to move forward with you, you got to let them go and fucking keep pushing. It is what it is. There's nothing you can't control someone else. If they're stubborn, they want to rebel, they don't feel comfortable, that's on them. You can't let them burden you down. And it's like in this energy of this Eight of Swords, both of these people became burdened and became that polarity there. They both became in this Eight of Swords energy, needing to cut themselves free. It's like whatever imbalance, injustice took place because someone was in this Eight of Swords energy, couldn't cut themselves free. It put another person in this energy also. This is where energy is contagious. This is where we have to be mindful of who the fuck we're around. You know, birds of a feather flock together. So then this decision here is, are you going to cut yourself free? What are you going to do about this? This is in regards to love as well as the decision that's needed. And having that courage, they're showing me courage, and then the sacrifice is in regards to the sacrifice to do what the fuck it is that you need to do for yourself. Like you can't save somebody else. You can't allow someone else who's going down to take you down with them. And it's making this decision, the lovers, it also has to do with like self-love. They're telling me having self-love to cut yourself free, to make the best choice for yourself, not to be weighed the fuck down. It's not about somebody else at the end of the day. It's always about you. And it's like, it is what it is. And it's like, they're taking me back to what I was talking about earlier about where I've been at and how I've been gone. And I've been dealing with fuckery. This isn't that situation. But they're pulling me back to that, how I was saying, I just lost it. The fuck. I just fucking lost it. But there's self-love here. Choosing what is meant for you. Things needing to play out. Spirit, you're going to give it back to me. We're going back to it is what it is. Things need to play out. People need to also have growth. Cut themselves free. It's like also cutting yourself free, not being codependent or weighing fuckers down. It's like someone learning this it's like if something's, they're pulling me back to self-love, and if something's meant for you, it'll come back around. And even if it comes back around, you'll understand, and you will have this higher learning from this Hierophant, from the experience that you went through of knowing how to handle it and still choose self-love and choose yourself and not repeat this. So it's like that lesson was needed. But there's something in regards to this at play, and it's in regards to your decision, regardless of which scenario you resonate with, or if you resonate by chance with both. They wanted me to show the bottom of the deck. This is the Emperor. This is someone who has an empire to run. But the negativity in this card, like the negative energies, is a lot of times they're controlling. They need things to be their way. They're having me set this in between the Eight of Swords and the Hierophant. And someone is distorted masculine. This distorted, like that distorted masculine energy as the Emperor. Needing things to go their own fucking way. This is what held it up. These energies are coming up again. These energies, people are struggling to overcome. So that means people are going to be tested. So it's like if you are the one struggling with needing control, needing things to go your way, you're gonna be dealing with this. If someone else, or multiple different people outside of you are struggling with this, you may be experiencing something, in regards to your relationship and their issue with this. But there's like this power struggle dynamic that I'm getting because of the need to feel safe, the need for control and things to go their fucking way. And yes, I said need to feel safe. Why do we need control? To feel safe. The distorted masculine. The distorted masculine is this King of Wands for the second part of this reading. The first part, it would be your distorted masculine, this King of Wands, more than likely, but, you know, your distorted masculine within, if it's just in regards to you. I'm dripping with sweat. TMI, but it's really hot. Throat chakra. There is something with communication and Gemini and energy, but also your throat chakra, needing to speak, needing to communicate, needing to be authentic. Someone's having throat chakra problems. I know towards the end of my other reading, or at least halfway through, my throat started bothering me. It started going away, and it's come back. That's the other thing. Like, I will feel things internally with my own self. Someone overthinks a lot or has a lot of headaches. And it affects their eyes too, like the ocular headaches, where it's in here, it's in further, where it's another type of headache, but it comes down into the ocular, like the ocular nerves. I think I'm saying that word right. The stress, the worry, or this need for control is what made this headache come in too. Oh God, and the needing to speak, that fear. The Emperor energy is not someone who's very open. And this is like, this openness is more emotional, vulnerability. So there's something here with this vulnerability that I'm receiving. It's like the struggle to be vulnerable or open and then authentic. There's something here with that safety and that control, that distorted masculine energy, and whatever wounds are there, whatever higher learning is needed to be had, whatever growth that makes someone need this control to feel safe. And that's why they're stuck. The struggle, just the struggle to be vulnerable and face this and overcome it. Like, you know what you need to do. Oh my God. You know, like, if you are a masculine, even if you're a feminine, in the masculine energy, no matter, when we're with maturity, we have maturity, we've gained, we've been through something. We know we love someone, or we need to try, that we need to be vulnerable. We also know that we need to be open to and be flexible, right? So that we can collaborate with people, or else things are not going to be successful. We know this. Someone has the knowledge. The knowledge don't fucking matter. Because these wounds, this distorted masculine energy with this Emperor, is still running out of this fucking programming. They're having a hard time letting it go, cutting themselves free, because of being vulnerable and feeling safe, needing to feel safe. And so it's needing to face and overcome those fucking wounds and those that higher learning energy of that spiritual learning and the spiritual lessons. The rebellious, stuck energy that I was feeling in that stuck fucking tree, not growing. That's that Emperor. And then there's the power struggle. It's funny because in the power struggle that they're showing me, and both people becoming stuck, then it's like both of them are power struggling and power tripping with each other and becoming distorted. And then both of their emperors like have this distortion going on. It's like, because of the power struggle dynamics. Oh, like, you want your motherfucking way. Like, it's like somebody knowing, like, this Queen of Swords knowing, bitch, no. No, you can't just have your motherfucking way. This does not work. This is not healthy. But it's like she gets stuck too in this. In the opposite, in the polarity of this, of like, I'm a fight back because I'm not going to do this shit because that's not healthy. So it's like she adapts some of this distortion too because of like a power struggle dynamics of like rebelling. They're both rebelling. They're both there's a mirroring going on here. of dealing with these energies and facing these energies and them presenting themselves differently though, but they're the same fucking energies, and it's within this relationship. It's in this experience, right? Whatever this relationship is, but it's in this experience with this person or people, because it can be pertaining to multiple different people and situations in your life. They're telling me it depends on where you are. If you have more toxicity and more wounds you need to overcome, you're going to have this energy, or you're going to have more of your relationships that are fucked up and imbalanced like this, and these power struggle dynamics, and distorted masculine energy, and being rebellious and fighting in these power struggle dynamics. The more growth you've had, the less you have this with people. But if there's people also wanting to hold on to you, you're going to be suffering with this because of their distortion, and they don't want to let you the fuck go. That's what I was getting earlier. I get it. It makes sense now. I'm sorry, I be channeling weird. I will not apologize all the time for it, but sometimes when it gets really out there, I will apologize. But being the people pleaser person that I used to be, that I'm not no more, I feel funny apologizing now for things. Like, what the fuck do I have to apologize for? But it's kind of a little weird, you know. Alright, I need to pull advice, and then I need to get off here. They want me to do these, and not yet, they said. Alright. They want me to do the animal. I was trying to figure out which animal deck. Either the Wild Unknown or this one. I don't remember. The Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Whichever one this is. I do not take them in reverse, neither. If I feel reverse energies or like something stuck or stagnant with it, I will explain it or talk about it in reverse if I have to, though. It's like they don't want me to do polarity or that duality and be stuck with one or the other. It's more they want me to integrate it all. So it's like whatever I feel. And integrate it. That's why like trying to keep them upright is more important, because it's that integration of all these energies, but me feeling it out. I don't need it to be in reverse to feel something funny. Just like I may channel something totally fucking different than what the card is. And because I channel, you know, so sometimes I get weird stuff with the cards, and I just have to go with it. There's been so many times I've fought it. There's been so many times that I have tried to make what I get fit the card. No, I can't do that. I have to trust spirit. I have to trust what I'm getting and what I'm feeling. So I am explaining that about myself because I'm intuitive. I don't just read the cards for what they come. I'm also reading the energy as well as whatever I'm receiving psychically. But the intuitive is also an empath. You know, I feel in energy. I guess is the best way I can say it. Alright, what advice? I'll take the first one. I'm not taking all these. We have Wombat Spirit. Be at home. That home again. So there's like this confirmation with home energy. This is being safe inside yourself. The safety is important. They're also bubbling themselves. It's like knowing that you are protected, feeling safe and at home inside of you. This unity consciousness of home is here. Inside of you, and then you make it outside of you. So this is why it's important also to be authentic, but this is also a protection energy and like bubbling and protecting yourself, making sure that you feel safe within. And if things and people don't make you feel safe, then you know, remove yourself from it. You examine it, you bubble yourself, you go within to find out the answers, and there's also kind of like a hermit energy I'm getting with this. Because it's like this going within, this protecting yourself, this grounding yourself and feeling safe within, being at home and at peace and authentic within. But this bubble is of protection. You're saying not in the negative sense, not in like that toxic sense. It's the maturity that we gain, the wisdom that we gain when we go through life. Like, you don't need to be pop-offish. You know, the Queen of Swords can be pop-offish. She will chop your motherfucking head off and ask questions later. I'm a Queen of Swords. Don't get me wounded. If I become wounded, like, you know, I'm a slow burn pressure cooker. It takes a lot for me to build, but when I blow, motherfucker, I blow. And then I will chop your head off and ask questions later. And I won't give a fuck. Like, you have to know who you are. And it's like, with this, it's like understanding and staying in your space of authenticity, as well as your boundaries, and protecting yourself. It's like taking accountability also for who you are, as well as your role in a situation. Because why is the Queen of Swords chopping people's heads off? She don't feel safe. So there's the safety there from her. You know, there's something that she's not going to like. She's not going to tolerate no fuckery. She's going to be triggered and what the fuck, so she's going to chop people's head off. So now I'm pulling on the distortion of like that feminine energy of the Queen of Swords. There's this learning of distortion and the overcoming of this. Or how to like apply this or overcome it. Like it's like an overcoming energy, but it's not an avoidance. So it's like recognizing and understanding your triggers in regards to all the energies that's distorted. And that's where this masculine then is taking energy, like when it comes to the one person. Sorry, I be all over. I'm like very ADHD. They be pulling me back, giving me more stuff. Alright, so then we have Dove Spirit, be peace. That's adding to the Wombat Spirit of being at home, having peace within, being authentic, knowing you are safe, knowing that no matter what's going on outside of you, you have to be peace. You have to control yourself. You have to use wisdom and maturity and discernment on how to navigate life, how to navigate your own fuckery. Like if you're being triggered, if your emotions aren't right, or justified or not. You know, someone could treat you horribly, be abusive, or that doesn't give you the right to chop a motherfucker's head off. That doesn't give you a right to be toxic or distorted also. It also is not something to hold on to, like in victimization, like having victim mentality of being unstable and blaming someone for you not being at peace. We have to take this, there's that accountability of knowing and learning how to be at peace internally. Be safe at home, inside your own self, and being authentic, regardless of the outside world, what's being presented to you, what you're dealing with, or where other motherfuckers are at. Like if they are able to give to you or not, or if they're struggling. Because that's about them, it's not your burden. And then we have Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Laughter is good medicine. It's tapping into that childlike wonder and that innocent Geminian energy of making sure that you play. You can't just, work all fucking day long. You can't just try to heal. You can't just, like there is this, you need balance in your life, and you need to know to also be innocent and be playful and be more lighthearted. This is a lighthearted, playful energy. And that this is also good medicine is what they're telling me. It helps you be at peace inside. It helps you ground into yourself, because there's something here with your child. Because if we're not safe, what is it really affecting us? Yes, we may be an adult now, but it's affecting our inner child. Our inner child's the one who's going to be feeling uncomfortable and not fucking safe. So that inner child needs to be let out and needs to know that they are okay to play and help them get out these energies to be at home and be safe and grounded within themselves, and to find that fucking peace from what's going on in life or how they're feeling, or both. And then we have Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. It's all these obstacles, right? They were meant to happen It happened because there was learning that needed to be had, or people couldn't get on board, whatever it may be. It is what the fuck it is. It had to happen. It's a divine detour. You have to keep trusting in this, that if you're behind, it's an illusion. If, you're stuck, it's an illusion that you're stuck. You're healing, you're gaining something there. You're working something out internally or externally or both, because no matter what we're going through internally, it's going to affect our outside world, but we're going to go through it externally. So it's like trusting in this and knowing that you will overcome it when the timing is right. There's that divine timing here with this. They're showing me the Temperance Angel. And this at the bottom of the deck, we have Rhino Spirit. We have overcoming any obstacle. Alright, they want me to do the Romance Angels now. Love pertains to all things. It is friendship and family and romantic or even potential. There is love for life. There is, the love and passion of creativity. Love encompasses all fucking things. But these are not just, they're called Romance Angels, but that's not how I read them. I don't read them just for romance, okay? Advice, guidance, and support for this reading, please, Spirit. Advice, guidance, and support for this reading. Advice, guidance, and support for this reading. Communication is a really big thing right now. Why? Do not ask me. I do not know, but they're telling me. Communication. It has to do with your authenticity. Also, your toxicity is what they're telling me, because of how you communicate, right? Other than that, that's all I know. Oh wait, no, they're saying I do know. They're bringing back my recall of what I was talking about energies, and something with Taurus, Gemini, and Leo going on. And whatever it is with that. Well, Mercury retrograde is coming up, but no, it's more than that. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to figure it out. It's more than that. What? I don't know, but it's what I've already said. That's all I know. That's all I'm open to knowing. Alright, let's see. Where they land is where they're being spoke about. Spirit sometimes has me read things weirdly, depending on where it lands and how it lands. Anything else, Spirit? That's it. The bottom of the deck is, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. This is the overall outcome. The overall of the energy of the reading. Like dealing with those wounds and those fears and those insecurities, whatever it may be for you, of why you don't feel safe or why someone else doesn't, and it triggers you into your then not feeling safe. Because at the end of the day, it's still about us. Hold on, these came out first. They landed over here on the Coyote and the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands and the Lovers. They all kind of came out together here. So we are forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present. So if this is an internal thing, you are learning and forgiving yourself and the energies within you and why. There's this examining, there's this learning about yourself, and you're forgiving yourself and you're growing. If it's in regards to other people or someone in particular, you guys are learning how to forgive each other, learning how to move forward so that you can experience more love in the present. And it doesn't mean that it's together. But there's a season and a reason for everything. Whether if it's family, friendship, whatever, it's like we need to learn how to love more, right? We are all supposed to be learning to be limitless, to tap into our abundance of everything. This includes love and our capacity to be overflowing in our capacity. See, in the worldly ways, we're limited. Fear limits us. Doubt limits us. Insecurities limit us. Wounds, they limit us. There's all these limitations. It's breaking free from these limitations. Forgiving and learning. Expanding our capacity to love and get along with people and experience more love and joy in the present and have healthier, more loving relationships. We have romantic feelings. So in regards to the romantic situation, this is what this applies to. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So for this, where it is the different people and it's romantic, where it's the King of Wands and this Queen of Swords, they have romantic feelings for each other. They are real and worth exploring. They have to learn. They have to learn to forgive. They have to learn how to get past their issues so that they can get along and try to collaborate with each other so they can experience more love in the present, so they can come together, right? So they can even share and explore these fucking feelings that they have for each other. And then this came over peace and justice. The dove spirit be peace is over top justice. It's honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. We're not doing the spiritual thing. Sorry, they're letting me know, like for people who do the spiritual relationship thing, like twin flames and stuff like that, and they have this 5D relationship, this heaven on earth, this spiritual, psychic, intuitive, telepathic, energetic relationship. We're not doing that. But for those who may need that confirmation, it's there. I don't want to focus on that. Those journeys are meant for us to grow and to heal. This is sacred. It's a sacred journey for healing and for love, unconditional love. It's not about coming together in the physical. Now, can it? Yes. Can some people have these contracts there where it's written that they are supposed to come together? Yes. But that's not what it's about. It's about healing, right? So I know for myself, I don't agree with these relationships. They fuck you up. They fucked me up. I'm not going to do that. If it's not in this world, then I can appreciate it. It's beautiful, but it also is very painful. It's there, it's not here. I don't fucking live there. I'm alive right now. I'm in this physical world. You know, that can fuck you up. That can, you know, what we need to be talking about in these journeys and helping people heal in regards to these 5D experiences with these twin flame journeys is also helping people understand that they have magical fucking thinking from childhood trauma or limerence or other things, you know, where they're accepting less than. And it's learning and understanding this also. Now, that doesn't take away from this spiritual experience and journey, no. But we cannot allow the spiritual journey and those twin flame journeys and that spiritual love to get us into those wounds. It's real, yes, there. It's meant for our healing. It's a support system. We have to discern the two. And we have to be able to know how to separate them, or we're going to get stuck in this. We have this fucking 8 of Swords. This bitch is stuck. She might be stuck because of being in this journey. I can tell you for myself that it does get you stuck. You want this to fucking be true and be here. And it is heaven on earth, and it is magical as fuck. But then it can pull you into wounds. I know for myself in this journey, it helped me open myself up to, oh my God, because of all my trauma and abuse that I went through, I have magical fucking thinking. Oh, well, that's why, oh, well, if I just fix this and I just do this, then everything's going to fucking be okay. You don't want to get sucked down that rabbit hole. It's making peace with this 5D experience for those on this twin flame journey. It's making peace with this, and that this is a part of the experience, but not, you can't live in it. You have to have the discernment. That's what they're showing me. It's like making peace with that, and as well as like justice, balancing of the scale. So it's like the more you grow and heal, if it's meant for you to come together, it is what it is. So it's going to happen. It's also over top the justice card. So it's like one day this could happen, yes, but it's up to God, right? It's also up to both of you in free will. If it's meant to happen, though, you have to keep believing that one day it will happen, but you have to live your fucking life. Learn and do what the fuck you need to do. And then these cards came out over Wombat Spirit and also the Hierophant, because Wombat Spirit is sitting over the Hierophant. We have heart-to-heart conversations. Told you communication was key. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. It's like people needing the courage or to feel safe to be able to do so, to be vulnerable and honestly discuss their feelings with each other. Whether if it's romantic or not. You know, if people don't have that growth, that discernment, or, you know, if they're too fucking wounded and they can't be vulnerable, then how are you going to have heart-to-heart conversations? Regardless if it's romantic or not. And then we have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. There's something with this higher learning and the journey that you have been going on, or what you've been learning, because of the spiritual awakening. That spiritual card, this is affecting people's finances. All you have been through in your journey up to this point, the struggles and what you are supposed to be learning has affected your financial status right now. And then we have religious factors. This came out in reverse. This religious factors is spiritual awakening. It supports like the higher learning for me, with this Hierophant energy. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual past, because you're awakening, you're learning this Hierophant energy of learning spiritual lessons, of growth, breaking free. It came out in reverse. It's like when you learn what it is you need to learn, if it is meant for you to be together, you will come together. Then this awakening will not be affecting you. Came out in reverse, so the religious factors would not be stopping this union then, right? If the union is meant to happen and when the time is right. Alright, it is time for me to get off here. Thank you for joining me. I pray your day is filled with nothing but love, peace, joy, and many blessings.